Hey guys, I'm sure again. This is going to be what if Goku was born, the strongest in the universe. Basically, in this what if, well, how do I phrase it? Long story short, this whole begins with Shin being too nervous to defeat Majin Buu. By himself, that is. So, Shin would basically know that Beerus is going to sleep for a long time soon and doesn't want to bother him with destroying an egg. Oh, and if Beerus doesn't feel up to the task, he may just kill Shin for bothering him. Because at this point, well, Shin isn't Supreme Kai, so it's just Elder Kai. And Boo's as old as the universe, so I assume that probably Boo's still a threat. Because you're crying in the background. My umbrella getting his hair braided, so he's getting mad at it. But basically, Shin would wish someone for a warrior to strong to defend the universe. But even like Beerus. Basically, he found Dragon Balls, use the ones on Namek, enhance them with his own magic, then use them to create basically wishing for a warrior who can even defend the universe against the likes of Beerus. Beerus isn't like a tyrant or anything, but still he's scary. Dragon Ball said they could do this, but it would take a really long time. Because how long? And they say, you'll know. You'll just know. Eventually time would pass. Around the time of Goku being born, Dragon Ball had finished creating his universe, and Shin was waiting on this. He even forgot about the wish at times. But suddenly he would hear a loud boom, and then he senses something. He eventually would appear above planet Vegeta, and he looks down, seeing, well, a bright light. This bright light being one from Bardock and Gine's house. Now with this, we eventually see Shin come down and pick up the baby. As Bardock will question Shin, Shin then says his name is Shin, he's the Supreme Kai, or one of the gods of Universe 7. Or of this universe, not Universe 7 specifically. Well, Universe 7 specifically, but doesn't say Universe 7. Bardock's confused until King Vegeta would arrive questioning what happened. He saw the giant bright light. Suddenly Shin would basically say that millions of years ago, a wish was made to create someone who can defend the universe indefinitely. The person who can do this is right here. Sorry about that. This is Goku. Now, King Vegeta questioned what this little runt has the right to say that about. But Shin basically says his name is Shin, he's the Supreme Kai, and doesn't know the Saiyans probably know who Beerus is, due to Beerus' nature, saying, I'm Supreme Kai. I'm Supreme Kai Shin, and I'm Beerus' associate. Immediately, King Vegeta just bowed down in front of Shin as everyone did the same thing. Shin actually told them to raise the child properly, as the child could not survive this planet currently. Train him until he's ready to survive, roughly around 5 years. The thing is, only Vegeta makes like 3 years later, and they all die. But Shin is aware that Goku didn't die. He made sure of this. Gine and Bardock asks Shin can he defeat them, but Shin's like, basically, as gods are not allowed to intervene, or else we'll just disappear out of existence. So I can't defend your planet, but I'd also die, which would lead to the death of Beerus, which would lead to this universe being imbalanced. And if it gets too balanced, the whole universe is going to be wiped out. So to keep me and Beerus alive, I can't fight. This is, but isn't a lot at the same time. It's a lie that he it's a lie that he died just randomly, but in reality, it would be just Grand Priest or Zeno killing him. Or Whis, one of the two. Or three, I mean. But, basically, Bardock can understand this. Actually, tell Shin, make sure to always, just promise you this. Make sure to always look out for Kakarot. He can promise you that. He was smile before actually holding up the pod, and then putting Goku in a bubble before sending it flying through space. And she tells Bardock, Goku will be raised among those peaceful planets. One interesting thing, Gine does know that this may be a bit hard for Raditz to even hear, but she's making sure Scott records it straight to Raditz, and only Raditz. So as bad as Gine's interception, he actually plays it out loud for Nappa and Vegeta, but it's telling them, shit, they just added off. And they do just that, and both Vegeta and Nappa have both met Shin, they know this is his voice. Basically, Bardock's Shin basically says, I sent him to the most earthbound, most calm planet. He will not be there to assault anyone, and I made sure to remove his violent nature, but also his tail, because if he does keep the tail, he may destroy Earth or the universe as we know it. Bardock ends up smiling before just saying, in the scouter saying, Raditz, make sure to come for your brother someday. And Vegeta and Nappa, no matter how much I hate you both, I ask you help Raditz and Goku. Or Kakarot. With that, Vegeta says, "Fine, you have my word, lower class Saiyan." Vegeta just says that to his scouter. Now, Nappa actually does treat Goku or Kakarot like royalty, saying, "We'll make sure he's safe, sir." Now, with that, the scouter is destroyed by Planet Vegeta's destruction, but Shin had disappeared long before, actually taking the scouter, but also Bardock's Saiyan armor. As Bardock actually took it off and giving it to Shin, saying, "When Goku's ready, please pass this down to him." So yeah. Now, Shin could have saved them, but honestly, that wasn't really in hindsight for him. Honestly, focus on not dying himself. But also needing Goku to have a reason to be really strong. He doesn't know that Goku probably wouldn't care about the Saiyan race, but would care about his parents. So he took the scouter, basically re-engineered it, and then the Saiyan armor just at the side, waiting for Goku to get big enough to wear it. Yeah. Now on Earth, Goku would be alerted by Shin one day, and this is when Goku would hit his head. But the thing when Goku hit his head is Shin arriving in front of Gohan. Gohan would end up dropping Shin as Shin had scared him. Gohan would drop Goku, where Shin would appear below and catch Goku by his head, saying, "Sorry, sir," before appearing back in front of Gohan, telling him the whole story of Goku, how he's born to be the strongest in the universe. Shin's appearance, and then that sudden teleportation, he must be a deity. Now, Kami contests this weirdly godly presence, and it's a really strong one. She would arrive in front of Gohan and in front of Shin, knowing who Shin is. But Shin says, "Oh, my name is Supreme God Shin. You must be the legendary Kami of Earth. Genkai tells me a lot about you." And he's like, "You're Supreme Kai, King Kai's boss." King Kai then yelled basically with telepathy, saying, "I don't have a boss besides Zeno, Beerus, and Grand Priest, and Whis." Listen, Kami's like, "I don't know who any of those are." Shin says, "No worries, just don't piss off gods, and you don't need to know." But this is Goku. This is Kakarot. As he holds up baby Goku, Gohan says, "Is that his alien name, Kakarot?" Shin nodded before Gohan says, "Well, I called him Son Goku, as I'm raising him as my son, and I think Son Goku would help him blend in on Earth." That's when Gohan says, Where suddenly he actually attacked Goku in the head, and Goku's violent nature immediately disappeared. Shin basically just re-engineered Goku's mindset completely to being a typical Saiyan to being a more calm, laid-back person. Well, I'm not sure how he did that, but Shin says, "Magic." Gohan's kind of confused, saying, "Do you mean ki?" Kami just says, "No, gods can use magic." This Kami just made Gohan a whole new set of clothes with magic, saying, "Like this." Gohan says, "Can you make Goku something?" And then Shin had snapped, and suddenly just some of the clothes had just materialized right in front of Gohan. Shin points out this how much clothes he should have for his age. But also actually gave Gohan a bit of Saiyan armor, saying when Goku's big enough, give him this. Gohan agreed, as he actually kind of just took Goku back, and Shin told Gohan just to make sure Goku gets proper training. So with this, we fast forward to when Goku's around 11 years old. When Gohan actually told Goku he has two names, being Son Goku, but where he's from, his name's Kakarot. And Goku actually goes between the two names, plus he's aware he's an alien. But also Goku's actually potential that's at the point where it's actually limitless, this potential can be unlocked at a rapid level to the point where just unlocking it seemed like he unlocked beyond Frieza levels of potential. Which actually means at a young age he can have Frieza even a Super Saiyan already. So at this point he does have Super Saiyan, but he doesn't use it the fact that he doesn't need to, ever. Base Goku at this point is already around 8 million. So, yeah. He's already a bit above Android Saga Goku, but he's around Imperfect Cell Saga. Around there, a bit lower. I think like half that power. But then Super Saiyan, he can just go beyond that. Then times 50, that'd be 450 million. 450 million, right? You add on times 50, times 5, plus that 1 0. Yeah, 450 million. But, yeah. So, Goku basically, with just his, one of his abilities being, pretty sure it'd be called pure progress. Goku can actually, just has enhanced muscle memory, but also getting hit by a certain martial art, he can actually just learn how that martial art works. So coming up to Gohan, he learned how to use ki, he learned Turtle style very easily. It was very weird for him. But also Gohan began bringing up, a number of weapons, teaching Goku how to use those. Also, some of these weapons can only be bought in the city, and they'd be really crappy homemade. So Goku's been in the city, he's met women, he's met a lot of things. Love people and everything. Sometimes he's meeting Bulma, seeing the car, he isn't too scared. But it's too smart that the car's all the way out here, so he just put his power pole out and sending it as it stops the car. Also, Kami does check on Goku regularly, and actually trained Goku a bit to teach him how to fly and how to sense ki and everything like that. Like, Goku knew someone was nearby, but didn't expect the car to be with him. Thought he was like a hiker or something. But this problem stopped Bulma's car before Bulma got out, and pointing at Goku, questioning who he is. Goku's like, "Oh, I'm Son Goku. Me and my grandpa own the mountain." Bulma's like, "Wait, this mountain's owned? I didn't know that." Bulma's like, well, Goku's like, "We don't own the whole mountain. We kind of just own this property." This went out the whole area, like they can like maps it out with his staff, putting him in the air, like this like a giant circle around the area, saying, "We own this." And Bulma's like, "I don't question how you jump that high and what that staff is." He says, "Oh, this is the power pole. It's supposed to reach God's hideout. But I have no interest in going up there yet." Bulma actually thinks to herself, saying, "This kid has no interest in meeting God." Goku then says, "One of the gods." And he says, "King," I'm pretty sure, what's his name? King something, Supreme something. They're out of our realm. That's all I know. But Bulma and Goku being talking as well as like calling the subject of gods. But also, to Goku being a kid, he can't really control what he's going to say. He just thinks it's something off the top of his head. He brings Bulma to me up to Gohan. Bulma asks about the Dragon Ball eventually when Goku's up talking. And we're going to give the Dragon Ball saying, "Yeah, sure, just bring Goku with you. He needs more world experience." And she agreed with that, with the power pole thing. She's going to meet Roshi, where Goku's already met Roshi before. One of the outings, he tried to stop by Roshi, just because it was nearby. Gohan also learned how to fly. And Goku met Roshi and actually has a flying Nimbus already. Also, Roshi thought they trained with Shen. No, in reality they met God, and then they taught him how to fly. Roshi heard this actually common ki technique. It's just not on Earth too often because not many people use ki like this. Roshi's shocked to hear that's pretty common among ki users. So yeah, Roshi has a moment of just bamboozlement. The point where he even learned how to fly if it's a common technique. So they meet Roshi. Roshi gave Goku the Dragon Ball. And then with that, they left. So, now eventually they meet Oolong, goes the exact same way, just a bit shorter. When it comes to Yamcha, Goku even like while he's tired, weakened, and hungry, can one-shot Yamcha. Just like a simple flick, and then Yamcha can kill Yamcha completely, like she just blows his body apart. So yeah. But he's very open about being an alien too, so that's how the Kubi's an alien. He just powered up, turning his hair blonde. But Bulma thought it was like just his hair turning blonde until Yamcha like, "No, as a fighter and a martial artist, I can tell you this, his power increased by a lot." Goku with me and like just multiplying his own power level compared to Super Saiyan, saying 50 times multiplier. That's what this is. Yamcha and Bulma are confused before he says, "My power's amped by 50 now." Before he's powered down. Which means Bulma and Yamcha they can figure it out that fast, but it's Goku. Now you fast forward on to the next day. Not the next day, the next few sagas or arcs, whatever you want to say. So some of Goku's abilities I'm gonna go over real quick. It's like he can be before he lost those Dragon Balls. Godly intelligence, like intelligence that may be on level of Kami or Guru. I'm saying Guru because I assume Guru would be smarter than Kami with the Namek Book of Legends. He's as smart as Guru is. His powers grows through nature excessively. Like, just one day, and he can go from 100,000 to 200,000 immediately. Just passively growing. And then, he does have Zenkai boosts, but they're very minor. Because of the fact that his power is so vast. Actually, with how strong he is in other sagas, I assume he actually doesn't even get Zenkais anymore, so no Zenkais. But one technique he does have that he doesn't actually pull out as often is actually Akari. It's just Great Ape Rage, or Great Ape Power. He heard about that from Kami, and then he learned how to channel it in. Plus, he has just godly learning ability. Like, all his abilities are just on a godly level. So, he's very impressive. Plus, his sensory ability with Ki is actually expanding even beyond his said galaxy. Like, you can sense him around 2-3 galaxies away. Actually, with how many galaxies there are in total, but also how Goku's sensory abilities expand, even like in the Cell Saga, he can probably sense his whole universe, or at least sense whatever he wants to. Goku's sensory range can actually span up to King Kai probably, and like Supreme Kai too. That's his sensory range. Like King Kai's realm, like just only his universe is all he can sense, just in his universe. Beerus is in his universe, Beerus' realm, and that's where Beerus is. Well, he senses some foreign power there, and that's it. But yeah. But actually, he heads back to train with Roshi for, like, this point, because due to him being early, he has to just train with Roshi for like a year and a half, because when it came to Dragon Balls, he made sure they weren't touched. Also, he's where he has a brother due to Shin telling him. He met Shin like 3-4 times, and Shin gave him a bit of info. So, yeah. But with the Dragon Balls, he basically wanted to check up on like on all the Saiyans, asking like, how are all the Saiyans doing? Or with the Saiyans in existence, how are all of them doing? Shin basically gets status updates on Saiyans, saying, 2 exile Saiyans, Broly and Paragus. Depressed, stranded, upset. On planet Vampa currently. So Goku trained a bit more, just so Dragon Balls give a bit more info and can grant a bit more wishes. So Goku can use all the wishes to actually give more info. So yeah. Basically, Shin's like, "What's your wish?" "I don't know how the Saiyans are doing." Shin's like, "What are the 2 wishes?" And Goku's like, "Pour all your effort with those 2 wishes into this 1 wish." And Shinron gives him a bit more info. So Shinron's like, "They're on Vampa. They're depressed, in peril, or think they're in peril, but they're stranded. Broly's also incredibly powerful, ranking in the millions with a power level." Also, Goku knows what that is. He knows what a lot of stuff is. The fact that he didn't need a pod in the first place. So yeah, he didn't need a pod in the first place. He just wasn't allowed to go on missions just yet. He wasn't old enough. But then it talks about Vegeta. He's pretty pissed off as he's just pissed off and arrogant. He's on Frieza Planet 76. Raditz, hopeful, on Frieza Planet 76. Nappa, bored, on Frieza Planet 76. Tarble, curious. Unsaid planet. Goku been thinking, saying, "What the hell are those 3?" He thinks about like just Goku. He thinks about like Goku thinks about like Tarble, Broly, Paragus. Who the hell are those 3? And this is when Bulma had heard the wish and actually asked Goku, like, "Are those other Saiyans?" Goku's like, "Yep, those are Saiyans." Well, actually asked Goku where Planet Vegeta was. He mentioned like where it is on it's like it could be like just like a map or something or telescope. He pointed out, Bulma was like, "So those asteroids are Planet Vegeta?" Vegeta? Goku nodded before saying, "Yep." Actually, all this time, Bulma actually spent time building a spaceship. Eventually, Kami didn't know what she was doing, and Goku actually said they were looking for 3 Saiyans. And this when Kami's like, "Are you talking about Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz?" Goku says, "No, 3, one of them is confused. The second one, the other 2 are exiles." At that, eventually, around the time the Goku training would be halfway through, he has met Krillin, Yamcha even during the training, and Bulma built a spaceship. But Kami also helped her a bit, so yeah. Also, when it comes to like Namek and Namek, they don't know how to read it until Goku thinking like insanely fast and just reading it really fast before actually putting together what the words could mean, and he learned Namekian that fast. For this, he figured out a way to actually just read Namekian, and she taught Bulma how to do it, and Kami as well. Before they go into space to where the Planet Vegeta ruins would be. But as it's moving, they get there in just a few days. After a few days, they've been scanning around before they find a few planets. And eventually they travel to each of these planets, and with how fast they can travel, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, after a month or 2 in space, they actually find Planet Vampa, find Broly and Paragus, and it's just Goku and Bulma with a lot of food, but Bulma has like 8 different capsules, and 4 of them are just for Goku. But each of them contains at least a year's worth of food. So, yeah. Or a week's worth of food. So, yeah. Not a week's worth of food, but, like, they contain enough food to feed Goku for the whole trip. They each have to have enough food to do that. On Vampa, they bring Goku, Broly, and Paragus, and Bulma back to Earth. The ship brings them back. They arrive, and, well, they should want to look for Tarble now, so they actually pull up, like, even Dragon Balls, they actually are able to, like, figure out what, want to, like, find a particular planet that Tarble's on. And, well, pause real quick. This one, like, Paragus identified the planet as Planet Bana, and they actually were able to find out where it is with Goku reading Namekian, but Paragus telling them how to find it. And they find it, they head back into space, and after around a month they come back with Tarble, Paragus, and Broly. Those are 3 Saiyans there, and Paragus is actually very, very young still. Goku met him when he was like 39, and Paragus is already old. At this point, Goku's barely even 12 yet. He's not even 12 yet. Paragus is really young. So yeah. But basically, Kami would introduce himself as the god of Earth and explains who Goku is and like how he's chosen by the gods, which amazes Paragus. So yeah. Now with this, we move on to Goku. Goku, like, he speaks to the rest of Dragon Ball, honestly. He speaks to Dragon Ball, like, all the way through every single arc. The difference is he has Broly with him. Pause. So this time Goku's being done speedrunning Dragon Ball with the help of Yamcha, bit of Paragus, bit of a bit of Broly. Also, Broly learned how to control his rage as a Goku. Because Goku actually fought Broly, and she confirmed the rage thing that Broly's using is just to make up for his tail. He tapped into the Ozaru rage without having a tail, and Goku reveals he can do the same thing as Broly and beats Broly. But he teaches Broly how to do it. Also teaches Paragus Super Saiyan and Broly Super Saiyan. All Paragus did is channel in the rage of King that he has for King Vegeta and learn Super Saiyan. Well, then Broly channels in the rage he has that the collar still on him and then turns Super Saiyan as well. But at the end of the like King Piccolo arc, Goku is 16, Broly 21, Paragus is 57, Bulma's around the same age as Broly, so yeah. Then actually fast forward 3 years with Goku and Broly turn Kami. So yeah, but Broly's been on Earth for like 5 years. He's a pretty normal guy. 3 years pass, Paragus is 60, Broly's 24 I mean. Goku's 19. Yeah, so in this tournament, well, it actually comes down to like Piccolo versus Broly at one point, Piccolo Jr., and Broly one-shot him. Because Goku went from 8 million at the age of 11, and now it's been 8-ish years, so let me find palatable for that. So Goku, with his better potential and better growth compared to the beginning of the series, he'd roughly be at 3.1 billion in growth. So yeah. We have Broly actually behind that at around 1 billion. Paragus is at 800 million. All the humans are roughly at around once I'm sure they're all able to drop first form Frieza with I put them all at like second form Frieza level around there. They're all around that level of power. Even Roshi and Gohan can box first form Frieza. That's how strong they are. Like just being on Goku himself just gives you a bit of a multiplier. Yeah, so for the next few years, Goku actually married Bulma, while Broly had married Chi-Chi. So with this, well, they also have Launch. I'm honestly probably just gonna have Vegeta marry Launch, because yeah. But I think it'd be funny for Trunks. But yeah. Now at this point, Goku had basically got Bulma pregnant. Bulma gave birth to Gohan. And there's time, Shane had knowledge how strong Goku had gotten, and began training Goku and Broly and Paragus, but also all the humans, how strong they've gotten. Even Gohan joined in at some point for the few years. In 5 years, Gohan's born after like first year. Then Broly and Chi-Chi have a kid as well. What do you name it Broly's kid? So yeah, so Broly ends up having a daughter named Ita, who's the same age as Gohan. And then, well, Tarbo's kind of just chilling. Tarbo didn't really learn Super Saiyan yet. He learned Ikari. But again, kind of like mastering that, because Goku already did it, so did Broly, but they're like legendary Saiyans. So he's kind of like focusing on mastering Ikari, then mixing him with Super Saiyan when he does learn it. But yeah, so Broly has a daughter named Ita, Goku has a son named Gohan, and yeah. Now initially we see Raditz arrive, but Raditz arrives would go with Vegeta and Nappa. Also, with the help of Kami, Paragus actually had to learn to cleanse his mind and learn Super Saiyan without having to use Rage 24/7. Because Goku doesn't even have any Rage, he just overpowered and learned Super Saiyan. So yeah. So, Broly isn't even angry anymore, he can still use Super Saiyan perfectly, and even better actually. Paragus learned about this, he actually wanted to do it himself, and actually let go of Rage for Prince Vegeta, actually having it towards his father. But, his father's dead, there's no need to hate him. So yeah, so kind of Paragus introduced himself to like Prince Vegeta as like, I'm Paragus, I was banished by your father a few years ago. Then Vegeta says, well, I hope you're not blaming me for the sins of my father. That'd make you an awfully spiteful man. Paragus says, I have to admit, I did hate you for a while. But I was taught to control that, and it made me a better and stronger Saiyan. And man. Then Vegeta says, how strong of a man has having a good will and soft heart made you? Paragus shot up Super Saiyan saying, this strong. Immediately, the shocked Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz. Vegeta actually demands to know what the form this is, so Goku says, oh, it's Super Saiyan. And immediately, they're kind of question why Goku says that so casually and where he is. Look in the area, kind of seeing like popping pods, and then this food just piles out of nowhere, and he swallows it all. Gohan and he started doing the same thing as him, and then Broly's trying to learn how to catch all the food, as he's wasting a lot of it, only for Roshi to catch it, saying, try again. It's kind of like a game they play. But immediately, Vegeta asks if any more of them do it, so Tarbo appears saying, oh, Vegeta, you're here. So then Tarbo ends up shooting Super Saiyan, And then Broly just appears going into it as well. Gohan, Ita do it as well. And then so it's Goku. And then Goku says, well, they're only a Super Saiyan 1. Well, Broly isn't, but Tarbell, Ita, Gohan, and Beerus are only at Super Saiyan 1. Broly shot in Super Saiyan Grade 4, and Goku into shooting into Master Super Saiyan 2. But then he shot up to another form above that, being Ultimate Super Saiyan. He basically turned Ultimate into his own form because he tried to... Shin kind of asked Goku to use his Z for Goku to break it open on purpose. Like, he grabbed it and twisted it, and then it broke. He reveals Elder Kai was in it, and Elder Kai gave him Ultimate, but he actually just trained to the point where his Ultimate got absorbed into his base form, and then he went to Super Saiyan and turned it into Ultimate Saiyan. So his hair is a bit of a very like platinum blonde color. So yeah, kind of just gonna put him in like Super Saiyan 3 without having longer hair. Kind of what Ultimate Super Saiyan is. And stronger than Super Saiyan 3 actually. Instead of giving 1,000 times like 1,000 multiplier, he gives him a multiplier of roughly around 8,000. So yeah, at this point his power level is also roughly around. Pause real quick. His Super Saiyan form is Ultimate Super Saiyan form is roughly around 44 trillion, I believe. Yeah, I just had from like a base power to add that off. He's roughly around 5.6 billion in base form. Broly's roughly around 3 billion. Tarbell shot up to around 800 million, and Beerus is around 1 billion. All the humans are roughly able to clap like they're able to at least like just fight on par with Cell when he fought Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. They're all on that level of power. So yeah, all the humans are. And we're not even into the Saiyan saga. Like, we're in the beginning of Saiyan saga, actually. So yeah, we're like in the Raditz arc. It's like how early the cell level humans are coming in. But initially, he actually asked them when they want to take down Frieza. But Vegeta says we can take down Frieza when we learn to go beyond Super Saiyan. Goku says, all right, sure, no problem. 4, he says something just appeared in his gi, and that's how he did that. He says, I move very fast. He look out at everyone following him, including humans, and then says, alright then, training will commence now. Now that we fast forward roughly around the time that the Namek arc would begin. That's right around that time, and training has been going on non-stop. We see Goku and Beerus and Broly, and in front of other humans and Saiyans, not even breaking a sweat, and they're still in their base forms. DVG on the ground collapsed in front of them, just covered in blood and bruises, a bit of sweat. So one different thing is that Beerus actually has an eye patch now. So, yeah. Beerus has an eye patch. But also his hair started to have like small streaks of gray in it. Small streaks, not big ones, but yeah. But as we basically see, Beerus has like small streaks of gray in his hair. Broly and Goku are kind of just chilling, being young. And actually just like looks at Vegeta, who's roughly around in terms of a power level, not giving them any Zenkais. They'll make sure they don't get any Zenkais. Like, making sure that they don't do that. Actually, to the point where they use Dragon Balls to remove the ability to get Zenkais. One of the people they're allowing Zenkais on still is Ita and Gohan. Mostly Gohan goes to like school and actually met someone there, a girl named Videl, who's actually a friend of Gohan and Ita. But yeah. But eventually, that's what we go on to the beginning of the Namek saga. There's like a small cutscene. But at the beginning of the Namek saga, we see actually Vegeta, who's roughly at the power level 4 million in base form, then has Super Saiyan 1. We see Raditz, who's around 5 million, he's trained a bit harder than Vegeta has, and has Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan Grade 3. And then we see Nappa, who has Akari, and that's really it. The humans have all grown exponentially, and they're still stronger than Saiyans, they're still stronger than Vegeta and Raditz and Super Saiyan, so, yeah. Goku actually says that they should head to Namek now, as Bulma actually gets them all in the pause, as she's been designing ones that are very similar and stronger than Kami's for years. Plus, she actually began kind of just learning a bit more alien languages with the help of Kami, as he began learning them too. And Shin helped with it too. Also, Goku doesn't have instant mission, he has Kai instead. That's like his whole thing, because I said like while Bulma was fighting with Gohan, but also after that too, they all went to Shin's world to train there. That's how Goku has Ultimate, of course. Also, Gohan is going to get Ultimate around the time of the Cell Saga. That's like just something that's going to happen. I just want to mention that. But yeah, so we move on roughly to, I guess, the Ginyu Saga. They arrive in Goku happens to be on Yardrat just training there, and he's actually there with Broly. Beerus is just there with everyone else in case they need backup. So yeah. Humans are honestly just there to make sure that the villages are all safe. So they're kind of like there's one of them in each village, or just them in isolated places where it's good to hide. Also, they can also press their key to like a low level, so they're not even like just skeptical like being targeted or anything. Well, the first village targeted happens to be targeted by Zarbon, and the person that's actually guarding that village is Vegeta. Zarbon went from Vegeta questioning why the village is in shambles. Listen to what Vegeta says. The quest he went on recently helped him enlighten himself, and he found out when Saiyans get enlightened and actually learn how to be good, they get stronger. Vegeta heard this from the scouter saying, "Wait, a good Saiyan makes him stronger." Zarbon, that's how strong he's gotten. I want to put his fist up saying, "Fight me then, Vegeta." Only for Vegeta to flex a small portion of his power and shoot up to like 30,000 Zarbon scouter. I felt this key saying, 50,000? And Frieza says, "Kill him, now, do it." Suddenly Zarbon realizes the scouter is gone, and that's when Vegeta says, "Really, you want to kill me that easily while I'm off guard?" He knows that the Emperor wouldn't be a coward. Then suddenly he's crushed the scouters that are attacking from behind, only for Vegeta to spin around and basically just chop Zarbon in the neck so hard that Zarbon's neck just snapped. When at the ground, realizing he's not dead, but he can't move at all. Zarbon walk away before the villagers arrive. Some of them even like knives where they've been like stabbing Zarbon to death. So yeah, we go next to the village where we see Tarble just kind of just picking up Dragon Ball, saying, "Don't worry, we're with the Frieza Force." They look at Nappa, who's digging a giant hole with his raw strength and speed. To put Dragon Balls in there, suddenly they see Doria arriving. Tarble just looks at him before saying, "Gotcha," as he appeared behind Tarble, holding up two things. These two things are Doria's eyes. Before suddenly Doria realizes he can't see, he gets a fist punched through him by Nappa. Nappa then says, "I don't want to do that for so damn long. I hate you so much." For pulls his fist out, just letting Doria die. Someone says, "Oh, well, Nappa, repair the Dragon Balls." Nappa ended up bearing the Dragon Balls. Now they all fly to Kami's, not Kami, but Guru's hideout. But one thing is, Piccolo's already there. Piccolo's been included in the training for a lot. I forgot to say that a lot, but yeah, Piccolo mainly trains with Shin. So, yeah. The Piccolo's strong enough to actually handle Frieza himself. He does land every single corner of Frieza with ease. And with just your training, he's roughly around the power level that he is in the Perfect Cell arc. So, yeah. I don't know if I can tell him like Perfect Cell arc like that level. Like, he's like the level of Kami fusion, but he's not even fused with Kami yet. But yeah, so while he's there, he would see Frieza just send down to him, and he actually questions why Frieza's here. Frieza sends a punch at Piccolo. Piccolo's block of like one finger from like Frieza just across Namek. Frieza's landed on the ground. He's questioning why he blacked out, but can't tell it's only been like a few seconds. Instead of flying towards Piccolo at full speed, and with that force, he went into third form immediately. He then went first round punch against Piccolo, only for it to be stopped with the same finger. Piccolo says, "Try again," before flicking Frieza halfway across Namek one more time. He landed on the ground, saying, "How the hell am I getting flicked so hard?" Before he turned into his final form, flying at Piccolo full speed, but still stopped with one single finger. Piccolo says, "Are you even trying still?" Before he suddenly throws his finger right into Frieza's palm. Frieza yelled in pain. Before suddenly Piccolo just used that same arm to just tear upwards, or same finger tearing upwards, and that forced the shockwave that from the tear, she kind of tore Frieza's arm in half. Frieza would just scream in pain. Only Piccolo just grab both the halves and then tear in a certain direction, tearing Frieza completely in half. That Frieza being torn in half, not in half actually, kind of like everything from the shoulders up torn off, tore off, really just that. Frieza's body's really he's not dead yet, just in pain. Piccolo says, "Nail, do what you want with him." Nail actually leaned down before just firing off Ki Blast and incinerating Frieza's upper half, killing him. So, yeah. Now that Piccolo actually asked Guru did he consider it, and Guru nodded, saying, "With the training from the gods, I think it could be the best for Namek. Promise me to use my powers to make it a better, stronger Guru." Piccolo nodded before saying, he knows who to pick. Suddenly he had absorbed Guru. Actually, he bestowed all of Guru's knowledge on a Nail, but Piccolo still kept all the knowledge too. He kind of just shared it with Nail. I was questioning why showing him this, until Piccolo began giving Nail a key, saying, "This should be more than enough to handle at least the first two forms of Frieza, if he ever were to not be dead." We see him just blowing up the lower half of Frieza's body, turning to dust, saying, "No, you never need to. But still, Nail, I think you're the best fit for Guru." Nail ends up getting the title of Guru, and then actually sits in the chair, thanking Piccolo for this. Piccolo summons Dragon Balls immediately, he says tells Guru's body inside of him, so he's able to use Dragon Balls. Then she actually grants the wish of bringing all the old dead Namekians back. Second wish, restore Namek, and then Namek to its full capabilities. As a lot more animals are there, the wildlife came back, the plant life came back, the water levels have risen. Like, this place is flourishing. Now that Piccolo actually looks at the place actually before saying, I think I'm going to stay here at some point. But Gohan just says, well, Mr. Piccolo, if you like it here so much, stay there. Stay here. He says, yeah, me and Gohan will always come visit. And then Piccolo chuckles, saying, oh no, both of you have pretty strict mothers. Your fathers will allow it, though. But Gohan actually says, no. Says, well, as long as Gohan does learn a bit while he's here, I'm okay with it. If you hold up her phone, she says, she's an alien planet, she'll learn a lot here. Hell yeah, she can come here when she needs to. Then Gohan and smiling and cheering, as Goku and Broly just nod and look at Piccolo, saying, look after them and make sure they don't fight any animals here. And, well, Piccolo just nods, saying, sure, why not? Piccolo find out suddenly giant structure with, not giant, but a structure reforming Piccolo's new house. It's built into a mountain. Piccolo walks into the house, sits down, and says, this is more like it. With that, Piccolo has a new home on Namek. Gohan and Ita stay there for roughly a week before they return. Goku ended up heading to Yardrat with... pretty sure they went to Yardrat. Goku and Broly both went. But they say that to learn every technique a bit better. So they spend the whole 2 years there mastering it. But they bring Gohan and Ita back and forth to Earth. Where they even brought all the humans to Yardrat and they train there. Well, then they actually brought Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz somewhere else, which is King Kai's planet. They're not bringing them to Shin's world. Shin would not like them at all. Well, at least not Vegeta and Nappa. Well, Vegeta and Nappa are busy learning from King Kai. Nappa, shockingly, is a very light-hearted spirit when he's calm. So Nappa is actually better fitting your spirit bomb. Then we have Vegeta, who's actually able to channel in just Kaioken a bit better than Goku could have, or canonical Goku. Otherwise, it's very fitting for all positions. So, yeah, like for every single form. If you guys are curious about the Uniforce, by the way, if you guys are curious about them at all, Gohan and Ita smacked them into the dirt with no remorse whatsoever. Like there was no remorse coming from these two whatsoever. Ginyu just saw bodies with Ita, and Gohan jumped behind him and shoved his fist through Ginyu's head and killed him. Like, Gohan just murdered Ginyu pretty easily. Then when we come to Birder, we see Ita dashing around him like the Tomorrow breaking his neck. Like, Gohan and Ita abused Ginyu Force with no remorse at all. And no station either. Like, they did this because they know they could. Look, it was a massacre. Okay, so we move on to the next arc, being the Trunks arc, where Trunks arrives, and basically when he arrives, he gives Goku heart medicine. There's only really she grabbed Goku, like, hold him up. And Goku says, "Don't tear my clothes, please." We see like just like Gohan fly up, listen to Goku's shirt, and then we see Broly head open Goku before actually kind of just destroying his heart. Well, destroying it, but kind of just destroying a lot of it. Before he died, Broly immediately uses healing on max power, restoring Goku's heart to its full ability, saying, well, that should have destroyed the heart virus, or any potential of it coming back. The Trunks says, that would do it. And, Goku's put down before Goku says, that hurt a lot. But hey, cool new scar. This is putting his shirt, showing off a few new scars a few scars from Broly, too. Broly's the only one that's giving Goku scars. At this point, Goku's 5.6 billion went to roughly around 10 billion, so pretty broken. So, with most what he got from from Yardrat and Kanon, he could probably be from 5.6 billion to 7 billion at the most. So, I'm going to say 7 billion, not 10 billion. But Broly took a place of 5.6 billion. Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz are all kind of tied for roughly around 10 million. The humans are also enough to handle canonical perfect cell pretty easily and just with no power-ups. They've also all turned King Kai, so yeah. Like they all except for Gohan and Roshi have not Gohan, he's dead. I'm talking about like adult Gohan. He died, heart virus. They didn't know about this yet, but Trunks warned them. So yeah. But yeah, so Gohan's dead. That's why they named her. That's why Goku named his son after him. But yeah. So with this, well, yeah, basically everyone except for Roshi can use Kaioken and Spirit Bomb. Roshi can only use Spirit Bomb, but he's mastered it, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so eventually Trunks would leave because King Cold did arrive, only just to get blown up by Yamcha. Like when he arrived, Yamcha says, "Oh, you look like Frieza," or one of those things just blowing him up, just blowing into ashes. So yeah, they eventually go into the androids. When they emerge, they're only a bit stronger at roughly 400 million each. What was Cell's power? Yeah, all the humans are able to throw hands with Super Perfect Cell with their Kaioken at full blast. Because there's not Roshi, who has a full blast Kaioken, which all puts them roughly at 5 billion at their max height of power. Because their max height is Super Perfect Cell. So in each of their bases, they're roughly catching up to Goku and Broly with how often they train with them. But Goku also does calm down training a bit so he can catch up to him, so he has rivals. So, yeah. Shockingly, the weakest one, like, one of the weakest ones here is Vegeta. Like, Tarbell is, like the fourth strongest. Like, it would go Goku, Broly, Paragus, Tarbell. Those are the strongest, weakest. Top 4. And if you want to include the top 5, Tien. So, yeah. Like Vegeta isn't making it to the top 5 anytime soon. Like, it would take him to at least, I would say, probably maybe Golden Frieza arc to catch up to Tien. So, yeah. Like, to full power Kaioken Tien, at the most, Golden Frieza arc. Because Tien, all he does is train. He lives for training. The androids emerge at least 400 million each, and that leads to them all being beat around by just Roshi and Krillin. Gohan and Ita are both around 700 million each, so the androids can just get beat up by them too. Piccolo did arrive too, hearing about the androids, and he arrived with being the strongest Z fighter in base form, as he is Super Namekian too, but that's not too much. Like, Goku is Super Saiyan 1, grade 1 through 4, Super Saiyan 2, Ultimate Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 3, Ikari, Ultimate Infused, which puts them at a league above anyone else. Like, they can't even calculate that. They go from 8,000 to 80,000 multiplier, so, yeah. So, Goku has a form that gives him an 80,000 times multiplier. There's no hope for anyone in that form. Like, he's going like beyond Super Saiyan God in that form. I'm trying to find a power probable for that. Okay, looking at my notes, I don't know why my notes went onto the back page instead of going downwards. These notes are taking like 4 a.m. But I messed up all the forms, or not the forms, but the calculations. Yeah, no, the number I got was wrong. It said 560 trillion. No, it's above that because it said 80,000. So yeah, taking a closer look at my notes and editing them. He's exactly on the level of Super Saiyan God that fought Beerus, just exactly on that level. And hoping Cell doesn't discover that form, Goku can one-tap him. So yeah. We move all the way on to the androids being beaten up and captured, and then given to Bulma to re-engineer, and she does just that. Even 16 was emerged, and Ita just took his head off, just flew up, grabbed his head, and Gohan grabbed his body and just held it. And he can't self-destruct because Gohan channeling ki through him. And, well, not through, like, 16, but through himself to make sure he can endure just anything. So, this potion won't work. It won't destroy Earth. It won't destroy Gohan. It just ruin his clothes and give him a bad hair day. That's all they do. So, yeah. So, eventually, he's in Capsule Corp with Gohan. With Gohan kind of, like, just pointing Keyblast at him before he takes, like, to self-destruct. Because, like, 16 try to do it, but with Gohan just being like, disturbing, enhancing himself. And 16 found it pointless, so, yeah. But eventually, Bulma re-engineers them all. The point where 16's goal is actually to protect Earth from any threat. Also, extracting all their info, they find out about Perfect Cell. Or just about Cell and how his perfect form could work. So they actually removed any chance that like the androids could help Cell just get stronger. All they actually do is weaken him. So, Bulma re-engineered the androids to the point where even Cell arrived. But when he arrived and found the androids, he absorbed 16, only to get weaker. Like, Like, when 16 was absorbed, it kind of reversed the fact. Like, he should be absorbing him. That's not 16, I mean, 17. He'd be an absorbing Cell. So 17 basically punches his way out of Cell, saying, wow, that's a big boost. We're spinning around, kicking off Cell's head. And 16 basically holds like a giant cannon they made out of his arm, and then just incinerates Cell completely, which ends the whole Cell saga. So, yeah. Eventually, King Kai would actually ask Goku to like participate in the other world tournament, because he wants to. And then Goku says he agrees. So, as soon as comes out, he's only seven himself in the chest with his hand, and puts himself in like a half-death state, sitting under King Yama. King Kai's already waiting there. And Goku participating in the tournament, completely dominating. Like, he abused everyone in that tournament pretty easily. But he did get a bit stronger, so, yeah. Plus, with his pure progress, he copied like a ton of martial arts and techniques, so, yeah. He arrived seeing Tarble, Paragus, Broly, all of them, just happy to see him. And, yeah. Then we go on to just Gohan, Videl, and Ita. Now, Ita turned out to actually liking girls a bit more than guys, so Gohan and her never dated. It was Gohan and Videl. Still. Well, actually, we see just Vegeta has a kid with Launch, that kid being Trunks. Well, Vegeta was kind of told to abandon the customs of planet Vegeta, like you can carry on the will of fire, I guess. Vegeta will give your kid his own name. Now pass on your identity to him. You can leave a name for this. Then another could Launch. So the one just said Trunks. But Launch and Vegeta both took it in a more gangster way. As Launch is like, pop the trunk, like popping out guns. I like it. Just like, guns. Gallic gun. Trunks it is. So, the one was like, well, just like says to herself, I'm not underwear, but yes, that works. And, yeah. So Trunks' name has a different meaning. Instead of like, just said like underwear, it means like, no, pop in the trunk for guns. So that's kind of what his name means. For Vegeta, it's just short for pulling out Gallic gun. That's kind of what Trunks mean to him. Then for Launch, it's pulling out a Gatling gun or AK-47, whatever she wants to. Kind of the names mean something else to him. But yeah. But then Goku and Goku and Bulma also have Goten. Because Goku wanted to name his kids in like the Sun family tradition because Gohan's dead and Gohan is technically his best family. So besides Raditz. So honestly, he chose Goten. Bulma says if they have another kid, she's being named Bra or Bulla, one of the two. And Goku agreed to that. So yeah, assuming it's a girl, but yeah. So Ita and Eraser are dating. Gohan and Videl are dating, and then Trunks is just being an average elementary school kid. The Great Saiyaman arc would go on. But it's kind of like a team of Great Saiyaman. We have Ita, we have Videl, we have Gohan. We have just Goten who joined in and alongside Trunks. So yeah. Also in this one, Trunks would have basically half black, half blonde hair. Well, his black side isn't even like his black side of the hair isn't like completely black. There's like tints of blue in it too. So his hair is like 3 different colors all in one. But also he learned Super Saiyan a bit early. The fact that he has a bit of temper tantrum just from Launch, kind of alters his personality a bit. But altering personality turned his hair completely blonde and give him a bit of multiplier as well. And reduced from that multiplied into Super Saiyan. So yeah, Trunks is Super Saiyan, Goten Super Saiyan. Yep. So this is the Great Saiyan team. Not Saiyan Man. We have the Great Saiyan Man, Gohan, the Great Saiyan Woman, Videl. Then we have just had the Great Saiyan, Ita, and then we have this. Well, they don't know what their names could have been, so they for inspiration from stories Nappa told them. They say Saiyamen instead of Cybermen, so Saiyamen or Saiya kids. But so they still to be really strong. So yeah, so it's a Saiya team. Saiya kids, Saiya man, Saiya woman, the Great Saiyan, and yeah, the Saiya team. Going to the tournament happening, but this time they're kind of open about their identities a bit more. So when it's a real tournament have to happen, Gohan took off his every identity. Then they went Super Saiyan. Then for kids division, well, boom, Saiya kids, Goten, Trunks. But Bells joined in, being the Great Saiya woman. Boom, really powerful. So Gohan is like. He's like the level he is in the Tournament of Power. That's just how strong he's gotten. But also, Goku be training for like a lot harder than he ever has before. He's on the level he is. Like Gohan, but the level he is like Gohan would be. Gohan can grow a bit faster, but Goku did train a bit harder than he usually does, but doesn't train as often. So he's on the level that he is, and roughly I'd say probably Goku Black Arc around there. So he's on that level of power. So he's like so he returns to God, despite not training with a god beside Shin and Kami and King Kai. So yeah. But on top of that, he's mastered every single Namekian ability, every single Yardratian ability, every single technique Shin could teach him, every single technique King Kai could teach him. Same for Broly. Same for everyone, honestly. Just not Raditz, Nappa, or Vegeta. Well, Raditz hasn't been a Yardrat, so that's really just it. He doesn't feel the need to go to Yardrat because some of the techniques that he could learn there, he already has just through teachings of like every other gods. Well, Vegeta and Nappa who've only been to King Kai's realm. Vegeta has planned Yardrat soon though. But yeah, so Noki is drained into the tournament at all because when we came to Popovich, he just gets one shot. So yeah, when it came to like Gohan's speed turn like Kibito, Goku just showed like, oh, can you feed some of the power so we can know where Boo's egg is. But Goku awakens Boo's egg on purpose, fights Boo, beats the mess out of Boo, beats him in a Kid Boo the whole time. It's just Goku fighting Boo, releasing Kid Boo at some point, then beating the mess out of Kid Boo, and it was just abuse the whole time, Like taking some techniques from Granola, he made a whole train crash into Kid Boo and fly Kid Boo into the sun. Like, he abused Kid Boo, like, flew Kid Boo into the sun, flew Kid Boo into the moon, flew Kid Boo into Namek, flew Kid Boo into Yardrat, flew Kid Boo into different planets. Like, he is abusing Kid Boo. Eventually made a whole slice where he just cut Kid Boo in half over and over again, made Kid Boo feel every inch of this pain. Like, just... Kid Boo was suffering. By the time he's done, Kid Boo just wants to self-destruct, but Goku kicked him right between the legs. Just into the sun, again. Like, Kid Boo's body is just being abused by Goku. But eventually, Kid Boo just says he submits, which is something that no one ever thought they'd hear Kid Boo say. But yeah, Kid Boo was just abused. Poor Kid Boo. Now that fast forward, Kid Boo being the new Fat Boo, and still being the roommate of Mr. Satan. But instead, he actually is Mr. Satan's bodyguard, so that's kind of what he is. But due to Kid Boo being the main dominant personality, they actually released the other Kais from him, and he does lose power, but trains for all that power back. Actually, he went from Kid Boo for this training. At the beginning of training is Kid Boo. By the end of the training, he's Teen Boo. Yeah. Pause real quick. Yep. So Teen Boo emerges, but I'm gonna do a list like strongest to weakest of the squad. Those Z fighters. Strongest Goku, obviously strongest in the universe. After Goku, we would have Broly. And shockingly, Ita grew to tie with Broly, because Broly had mastered Legendary Super Saiyan, but Ita kind of had a tap of that. So Ita being Hyper Saiyan as well, grew to matching Broly. Then we have Teen Boo, who's rivaling Piccolo now. Paragus, who Gohan is still equal to. Gohan trains often, but Paragus still trains a decent amount, so these two are kind of equal. But in base form, they're both roughly around 3 billion. If Horrible after that, at around 2.8 billion in base. Then Tien, around 2 billion as well. Yamcha around 1 billion. And Krillin, well, actually, I don't know. I always said 1 billion for Tien. All human. This is even. I missed the list. I just realized that. I forgot my problem. My own words. They can all box. Wait, no. This is Kaioken, but they're. All humans are roughly around 1 billion each, so they're kind of all rivaling each other. But Kaioken and Spirit Bomb multipliers, and just training from Yardrat as well, and Supreme Kai, they can all somewhat match Super Perfect Cell, with around 5 billion as their max power, but they grew a bit, so 7 billion would be their max power. But they all have multipliers adding up to around 5 billion itself. So with those combined multipliers, they're on that. So all the humans are kind of just tied. Then we have Vegeta below the humans at his max power. He can go up to like 1 billion. At the max power, he can surpass the humans, going up to Super Saiyan 3. And Super Saiyan 3 would be 1,000. So this is like around 900 million times 1,000. Figure that out. Yeah, 900 billion is Vegeta's max power, so yeah. Then we have Roshi and Nappa, who are both tied for max power. The max power is combined, like, Nappa does like Super Saiyan 2 at the most, but he has grades of it. But Roshi's buffs up, and their combined max power is roughly around 600 billion. So yeah. Then have Raditz, whose max power is around 500 billion. But yeah. Goten and Trunks aren't really relevant Z fighters, but they have Gotenks, who's like comparable to Raditz. But yeah. We're going to Beerus arriving. When Beerus arrives, you can fight against all the Z fighters. Because they're all on Earth celebrating Bulma's birthday. He's thoroughly impressed with how strong the humans are. So yeah. You also heard that they took down Frieza. Or the Namekian did with like a few flicks and then the tear. But he's also, you can see how much stronger some of these guys are, and is pretty impressed with them. But Goku's most impressive, as he would basically use his just max power Super Saiyan 3, which is combining it with other forms, which give it 800,000 times multiplier. But with that, he fights Beerus, going from like when he was in the Cell Saga, it was roughly around 5.6 quadrillion, while now it went from around 5.6 to around 12 quadrillion. So he fights Beerus in that form, and Beerus is thoroughly impressed. So yeah, he didn't almost beat Beerus. He just impressed him a lot. But Beerus was impressed with everyone, and they didn't even need a god ritual. But then eventually they look at the ritual to find out if they could do it. So the ritual's done on Goku first, with Broly, Ita, Gohan, Paragus, and Tarbell first. With those ones, they're actually able to awaken Super Saiyan God and Goku. Then it's performed on Broly by Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, Goten, and Trunks. With them, they awaken Super Saiyan God and Vegeta. And with the running power, he actually remains second strongest. Usually, a few hours pass, or keys return, if they'll do the ritual on every single Saiyan. And this annoyed Beerus thoroughly. But now he has multiple godly rivals. But Goku also says that these gods can defend against the other universes. He was told about that by Shin, so yeah. Beerus actually says, "The universe above the other ones in power. I like it. Whis, make all of them gods." Before Whis says, "Really? All the mortal fighters on Earth, gods." Lord Beerus, you're troubling me today. Now time we fast forward on to the Universe 6, the Golden Frieza saga. Now Vegeta took his rightful place as third strongest among everyone. Goku, Broly, he'd be fourth strongest. It was Goku, Broly, Ita, now Vegeta. So yeah. By the way, Ita looks a lot like, I would say, I might phrase it. Ita looks a lot like a gender bend Broly, but shorter hair. So that's kind of what Ita looks like. Let me find a picture. Yeah, she looks like, this is basically what Ita looks like. Just that. Just replace the whole Ba ear with just like the Saiyaman outfit wrapped around her waist. I think I broke the do not repost thing, but I don't know. But yeah, that's exactly what Ita looks like. But we move on past this to probably just, the Golden Frieza does arrive, but when he arrives, he has like 3 soldiers, because there's humans all on Earth that can handle superheroic cell, and they beat the soldiers into the ground, and the whole Frieza force themselves. Fucking Cold got annihilated, and then whatever forces he had with him were annihilated as well by Yamcha. As you guys remember, Yamcha killed King Cold with one hand. But yeah, he's emerged, then realized he had nothing else to do besides fight and train with these soldiers. So he arrives on Earth. When he arrives on Earth, he fights against, everyone. Then he runs the hands at everyone, but when people that are on Earth are basically everyone that isn't as strong as Goku, Broly, Ita, or Vegeta. But still, Gohan could run the hands with Golden Frieza just in Super Saiyan 2. But he has Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue up his sleeve too. So eventually he went Super Saiyan 3 just to kill Frieza again. And then basically ended up putting a jacket on as he told Pan and Videl, let's go home now. We went to the Universe 6 tournament, where basically we see Champa arrive to train with just to see Beerus train with Goku. But he sees Beerus getting hit in the face over and over again. Eventually, Beerus just goes out and berserk and fighting Goku at full force. You guys are wondering why it was Goku and Beerus only? Goku reached Beerus' level in a matter of months, so he's thoroughly impressive to everyone else. So Goku eventually would end the fight, but he's too tired to even get back up. He's been getting like high teachings from Beerus, but Beerus kind of out of key a bit. But he's able to rock with roughly around 80% of Beerus' power if Beerus isn't tired at all. So yeah, like full power Goku can rock with roughly like 82% of full power Beerus. Well, then Vegeta and Broly and Ita are roughly able to hang like Vegeta at the most 70%, Broly and Ita 78%. Vegeta like 70, Broly and Ita like 78. Ita can push it a bit beyond with her legendary Super Saiyan, but also her hybrid potential awakening at the same time. So she can go from like 78 to like 80. But yeah. But Champa didn't want a tournament to see who's more stronger and wanted to do it for Earth. And when the tournament happened, it was honestly just Ita slapping everyone around because Ita said that she can do it herself, and they allowed her to do it herself, and she beat everyone into the ground. Yeah, even Hit got abused in that fight. But he actually asked Ita why she's only doing it. She's the strongest in the universe. She says, "Oh no, I'm like the third, fourth strongest." She kind of forgot how strong that Vegeta isn't stronger than her. But Vegeta's technique surpasses her, which does get the better of her repeatedly. So yeah, Vegeta's technique puts him above Ita. I want to say her, but yeah. So Vegeta's technique puts him a bit above Ita. So she counts Broly, Goku, Broly, and Vegeta above her in that order. She shocks Champa. She actually asks, saying, "Wait, is he really stronger than her?" This is points at Goku. And Beerus says, "Yes, I'm so confident in me beating him at all. Oh, I'm for sure confident in me beating you." So he says, "At an estimate, give Goku another 3 years of training, and I think he could probably beat every single God of Destruction at once." Finally, Beerus says, "Whis, making me insecure. Please stop." Whis nodded, and yeah. Now that we move on to the Future Trunks arc, which honestly, the moment Goku Black arrived for the smoke with Trunks, Kid Trunks delivered. Like, this Trunks is not aware of how much his kid self trains in this one. Like this Kid Trunks will throw hands with anyone who dares wanting a fight that isn't any of his family. You can consider the Ultimate of his family. This Trunks is like throwing hands with like Future Trunks canonically in his enraged form. That's how strong he is. He will throw hands with him. So we end up seeing the Kid Trunks box with Goku Black and throw hands and almost win and kill him, and he did. He killed Goku Black. But this is like the same Goku, like canonical Goku, like canonical Goku Black's body. But he could grow at the same pace as he could grow at the same pace as our Trunks Universe Goku, but this Goku Black didn't do that. So he's got the hands and died. But then when he emerged, someone saw the body and questioned what did this. So eventually he took the time ring, came out himself, and saw a kid just shadowbox in the air, saying, "Is that little maggot the one that killed Goku Black?" But Trunks appeared in front of him, punching him right in the jaw, full force. And then in that punch, Bozamas was like, "Now I see why he lost." Only just getting down on the ground where Trunks would go Super Saiyan Blue, as he does have this. Every single Saiyan has Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God. And he just begins just demolishing Zamasu in the fight. Like, by the time he's done, and like just Zamasu's unconscious, he beat Zamasu to unconsciousness. But then they have Piccolo come down to Earth, and he had used just Mafuba, he's made one tiny object, use Mafuba, like made one, use Mafuba, grab the object, threw it to Beerus, and Beerus just hide it out of existence. But he's just amazed how strong Trunks is for beating up a whole Supreme Kai. So you get Kid Trunks just threw hands on an elite level, with everyone just watching and eating popcorn. Then we move on to the Tournament Power, because that still happens. Just there's no catastrophic ending of Zeno ending every single universe. Well, the team consists of, I'm pretty sure you get 10 fighters max. Goku, Broly, Ita, Team Boo, Piccolo, Gohan, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, Vegeta, 7, Raditz, 8, Nappa, 9, and Gotenks, 10. Guys are wondering why Gotenks. The fusion lasts a bit longer than average at roughly around. It can last for a whole 3 hours because they train with it so much. So 3 hour Gotenks can last pretty long. But honestly, no one cares about the other fights. We all came here for Goku versus Jiren. So yeah, Goku and Jiren do fight. Just see Jiren getting abused out the whole fight. Like Jiren powering up a bit can even throw hands with Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Super Saiyan 2 Goku is beating all the Ultra Instinct Omens that we see thrown out in the Tournament of Power. Then we have fucking Super Saiyan God Goku on level Old Master Ultra Instinct Goku in canon, and he beats Jiren with that, telling Jiren he's not even at full power yet. So he tells Jiren he won't knock him out just yet. Just meditate a bit, become stronger. Maybe you'll deserve full power. Maybe you'll deserve it. Maybe. Well, full power Goku is stacked. Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Kaioken times 40. Ultimate. And any other fucking form you want to add in. That is what this Goku is. That is what this man is. Plus, he can use Kai. No one stands a chance against this man at full power. No one knows it except for Whis. No one except for Whis and Broly. He can kill Beerus in that form. Easily. Only difference is that it would take out Goku for days on end. And he can only use it for like a minute and a half. Because of how much ki it takes up. But, yeah, that's just how strong he is. Pause. Yeah, Jiren meditates, gets a bit stronger, and still only deserving of Super Saiyan God Goku, and loses again, and just gets knocked out. Kaba trained Ita in the match, just unlocking Super Saiyan 1, 2, then with Kale, she turns to Gohan. Not Kale, Caulifla turns to Gohan. Getting Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3. Then move on to Kale to train with Broly, unlocking Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and Legendary. Yeah, so basically everyone just drops the universe by themselves. Like, Gotenks took out basically all of Rubian's universe. The other Saiyans from Universe 7 took out all of Universe 6. Goku took out all of Universe 10. There's already 3 universes dropped just by Universe 7 alone. Universe 9 was dropped all alone by Team Boo. Team Boo was so annoyed with how Universe 9 was. He just shot his arm out to all the members, putting them all in one area before using a Ki Blast, and then blew them all off the arena. Now it's 4 universes taken out. Universe 10, 9, and 6. Well, plus Rubian's universe. And eventually this tournament power would end, because Zeno was laughing at all the universes to the point where he almost passed out just out of his side hurting so much. Zeno says, 10 minutes over. This is gonna be a wash. Before he stands up holding his side saying, Universe 7 wins. It means somebody like starting into we're still here. Zeno says, yes, they think you'll last? Zeno just falls over into his chair saying, Universe 7, you win. You hit the Dragon Balls. Grand Priest says, state your wish. Goku suddenly would speak in the ancient tongue, and, well, immediately, first Grand Priest question how he knows, so he says, he saw Whis do it once and then learned it off that. Grand Priest like, so Whis taught you? Goku's like, no, I just copied what he said, then learned what everything meant. Grand Priest says, thoroughly impressed. What'd you wish for? Then Goku says, I wanted every single universe to flourish to their max potential. And immediately, Grumpy says, why that? It'd mean your universe will probably have trouble in the future. Little laughing, saying, them, give me trouble. Have a nice day. This is going to be a cold day in hell before that happens. Jiren, give me trouble. What a long shot. So, yeah. And he knew that there was just a hint at Jiren getting stronger to beat him, but he still knows that's not going to happen. So yeah, now with this we move on to the Galactic Control Prisoner arc, which honestly just involves the humans destroying every single prisoner that comes to Earth. Then Goku and Broly and Vegeta versus Moro. But Goku and Broly, not Goku, Vegeta and Broly tracked him while Goku channeled up a Hakai and Hakai'd him out of existence. He's just too fast to track out in any way. Then Granola just got Hakai. That's really just it. Like, he was to be strongest in the universe. Didn't happen. He's already strongest in the universe. So he had to fight the strongest in the universe, being Goku, and lost. So yeah, like the Dragon Ball said, the strongest in the universe is a Saiyan, but I can invent your power by taking away some lifespan. That happened, and he got the strongest in the universe by accident and died because of it. Then he fought Beerus. He killed Beerus, became a destroyer. Then, but first, before that, he learned Ultra Instinct. Vegeta learned Ultra Instinct. Broly learned, like, Goku, Broly, Kid Buu, well, Team Buu, Goku, Broly, Team Buu, and Vegeta all have Ultra Instinct. Those four. It's 4 users of Master Ultra Instinct right there. One's a destroyer. Well, then 2 more of them can use Hakai, being Team Buu and Vegeta, and Broly is just Legendary Super Saiyan. Universe 7 will not lose a day in its life. I hope you guys know what if. Adios.